Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James. I have a little show called Monotalk. Here it is, show number 193. It is September 21st, 23rd of 2018. Man, the year's been going by very fast. Let me tell you a little bit about this show. My goal, and I know it's a broad stroke, is to save the planet and all of its inhabitants. My goal is to make sure that Uh, where I used to frolic and play and get crazy and do wild things is still available for my kids and my grandkids and everybody else after that. I really am concerned about the direction of this planet and how we're treating it. It also has to do with the leaders, supposed leaders, and the elite, and of course, you and I, and how we um, vote and what actions we take to create a better place for not just us as a species of humans, but as also a place for the inhabitants itself. I mean, I'm talking from a microorganism all the way to a blue whale, and that's pretty much it. And we got people that come on the show every once in a while. I've done interviews with candidates for the Green Party, which I'm a green person, definitely super green. And like I said, it is about the people you put in office. And right now, I truly believe, and I think it's always been that way, is the rest of the world is catching up with the Green Party. The rest of the world is catching up with what they have to offer. The rest of the world, especially the United States, needs to see and hear and understand what this party is about. So I think we're on the right track. We're the ones that don't take corporate donations. We're not into super PACs or APACs. We do understand that there are some great unions out there, and then some that are also a little more neoliberal corporatist in a sense, and just kind of not really doing it for the people that they're supposed to be representing. We are for the first responders, of course, and we want to take care of them at every turn, all the time. Firemen, police, paramedics, uh, nurses, emergency room, everything. All those people that are involved with keeping people happy and safe and alive and protected. I think it's huge and it's important. Um, the reason why I'm calling this show today, and basically it's about you. And the reason why I'm bringing up you is because it is about you. It's about what you do. It's about the actions that you take. It's about how you convey yourself to others. It's how you present yourself. It's how you are perceived, because that's the number one reason people take action, or whether it's positive or negative, in regards to other people, is they want to make sure that the person that they're responding to or doing something for, whatever the action may be, that they understand why they're doing it, whether it's aggressive or it's passive aggressive, or it's nice or kind or sweet or cuddly or fun or whatever the situation is. It's how we treat each other, I think, which is hugely important. Always, always. I mean, in a work environment, be professional. Be professionalism, in my opinion, is basically just being courteous, being kind, being proper, conducting yourself in an ethical and moral manner, or a higher level of and trying to be understanding and considerate. And professionalism has a lot to do with that. And I do know that there are people out there that practice that and do it every day. I try. I know you try. It's hard. There's a lot of boneheads out there, and there's a lot of jerks and a lot of idiots and a lot of naive people that like I always say, it takes a village to raise a kid, to raise a child. And some of the villages that some of these people have been raised around, let's just say the southern states. A lot of the southern states have some people that are very well taken care of. They're all about family. They take really good care of themselves and their own kind. But they also um, will jump on other people. And I'm not going after the other states. I'm just saying, for example, and there's countries out there that treat them that each other really well, and then some don't at all. Uh, uh, my point is, in regards to people, it is the village. It's your immediate surrounding. So if you have a decent dad, a decent mom, or a decent stepdad, or a decent stepmom, or they're there for you, or they're whoever your guardian is, and you've been raised, and they've been trying their hardest to do everything they can to provide for you and give what you need, and doing the things that is important, and teaching you how to be ethical, how to be empathetic, how to be courteous, kind, how to be professional. This is the thing that needs to come out all the time, all the time. I think in regards to how we treat each other, and I'm not perfect at it. I'm not saying I'm the guru of professionalism because I most certainly am not. However, um, you always know when somebody's being professional, and then you always know when somebody's being unprofessional, and then you always know when somebody's being a jerk, a dick, an asshole, a prick, a bitch, a C, a cunt. The names go on and on and on how people can be, which reflects on how they've been raised and how they've been. Sometimes people are just having a bad day and they're just really edgy. Like today, I've been working 7 days straight. I just had like 3 12-hour days. Today was a little shorter, but I'm telling you, I'm spent. I've got bags under my eyes. It's just really bad. I'm getting no sleep. Uh, a vacation would be nice, that would be really good. But I ain't got time for that. I've got things I got to do, things I got to pay for, things I got to take care of. I'm just trying to, do what I can to take care of my family, my kids, whatever it takes. Um, if you're in a position in life where it's either you have to go the extra mile or maybe bend the rules a little bit for yourself, to make sure that your family's taken care of, to make sure that your people that are surrounded you, that you care about, you love, are taken care of, that's okay. But if you're hurting people in the process, then that's not okay. Then that's not okay. But if you're doing it for a just cause, and people have their own perception of just causes. Um, Example, there are people out there that, will write a bad check. Who hasn't wrote a bad check? I have. I've known that I've not had money in the bank, and I've written a check just so I could save, put food on the table. I'll take the hit and pay for it later, pay the overcharge, the NSF fee or whatever. But at least I got my kids fed. At least I got gas in my car, my truck, and I was able to, get to work and do what I needed to do. These kind of things happen all the time. This doesn't make you a bad person. You're just kind of doing what you need to do to take care of what you need to take. Sometimes things, accidents or so many different things that obstacles that pop in front of your lives that you have no control over, and then all of a sudden, there you are. You're in a bad predicament, and you've got to take extreme. You got to take a few risks to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to take care of your family, to take care of the people you love, to take care of yourself. And I always tell my kids, and I tell people that I know, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody. Period. Um, with all this being known, professionalism, what we need to do, how we need to treat each other, how we need to be kind and courteous and respectful and, forthright and honest and truthful, which are huge, very huge. Um, we also need to make sure that our actions are actually moving towards the cause. For the betterment of the planet and all of its inhabitants, which I always talk about. If you don't have that core belief inside of your brain, inside of your body, inside of your soul, inside of your heart, or whatever you want to call it, for me, it's my mana, my energy. My energy says that I need to make sure I do whatever I can That's why I'm a standing General Assembly member. That's why I'm a media committee member. That's why I just voted in to be a fundraising committee member of the California Green Party. And I'm doing my very best to help them when I can. It's not hard. I mean, excuse me, it's not easy. I have a lot of other things that I'm juggling, not just this show. When I tried to make a few bucks here and there, try to make some money, do what I need to do to feed my family, take care of business. This is also very important all the time. Moving forward, if there are people out there that are, how do I say this, leading you in a direction that's away from professionalism, that's away from just being cool, calm, collective, that's leading you in a place where it's not really helping the future, you have to reassess what's happening. You have to step back a little bit and go, whoa, are these the people I want to be around? Are these the people that are really truly trying to make a difference? You know, I mean, is their process working? Is what they're doing making a huge, actually being productive? Let me see. Actually producing a productive and good. God, man, work fingernails. They're all freaking dirty. Anyway, are there actions or these people that are out there actually doing whatever they're doing? Is it really making a difference? Is it really making a positive difference? Is it helping you? Is it helping your surroundings? Is it helping your life? Is your livelihood better? Well, assess those things. Step back. I mean, who out there wants to be with somebody that isn't supportive, that isn't uplifting, that isn't there when things are down? They'll just listen and say, yes, I get you. Oh my God, I got it. Yeah, I understand them. I've been through it, or kind of, you know, I'm not saying, and you just kind of, you're there for somebody. I think it's, I think that's important. But are these people really doing it for themselves? Or are they doing it for the needs of the many, which outweigh the needs of the few or the one? Okay, as silly and as lame as that people think that is with Star Trek, that was a great piece of literature that was ever written. So the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. So if you keep that in mind, you keep planet inhabitants together, all this stuff kind of directs you in a way to where you're, what are you saying? What are you saying to yourself? You're saying, just be a fucking good person. Just be a good man. Just be a good woman. You know, you're not going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to snap. Sometimes you're going to say something. But try to apologize. Suck it up. Take the hit. Be accountable. Be responsible. Find some integrity. You know, do whatever you can, whenever you can, to know when you've made a mistake. You know, oh, shit, I made a mistake. My hit, my bad. I'll take the hit for it. I will do what I can to fix it. And then ask for help. Don't be so egotistical or your pride just outweighs your ability to ask people for help. You know, we're all on this planet. You know, if there wasn't me, there wouldn't be you. If there wasn't you, there wouldn't be me. So we kind of need each other. Matter of fact, we need each other. And we need each other more than anything, more than anything out there. We need, I don't think my stream is, we need each other more than anything ever, ever, ever. So, let me see if my chat's working. I'm going to do a test real quick. Boop. I wonder if that worked. Let me see. No, something wrong with it. Might just take it off and just let YouTube do its thing. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I can't get, oh, is that why? Hold on a second. What is this? All right, distraction. I haven't been on my OBS in a while. Sometimes when I leave it, it just gets kind of weird, so I apologize for that. But it looks like my chat isn't working. My super chat isn't working. So anyway, don't really care. My message tonight, the reason why I'm talking to you, It's about you, really. What you do makes a difference. How you treat people makes a difference. Your actions during the day. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie. It's called The Butterfly Effect. In a sense, there is. It's a domino effect. Something that you do today might affect somebody during that day. Something that you do. I mean, this is all common sense. You should know these things already. I know you know these things. But in the political realm, it really happens. In the political realm, this really fucking happens. So, how you vote, who you vote for, really works, really makes a difference. There are 140 to 160 registered voting Democrats and Republicans. There are maybe in the range of 250 to 300, 250 to 300,000 registered Greens. That's a giant and enormous difference. So when I always talk to the Green Party, I say, "So what are you guys doing? How are you changing things? What's working for us?" Well, obviously not that much. I mean, bottom line and the truth of the matter. So I'm always talking to them on what they need to do. They have processes that we have to do and take to fix things. You know, they have their laws, they have their bylaws, they have their protocols, all this other stuff, which I think is important because you just don't want to throw shit out there, and see if it sticks. But in this time and day, I mean, I don't know if you know, I think it's Peru or down in southern uh, South America on the West Coast, they're having a huge red tide epidemic. And it has to do with the pollution. Or is it there? Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Red tide epidemic. Red tide. Florida. Yeah, it's Florida. Sorry, my bad. It's in Florida on the East Coast. Here, I'll show you. And it's just been catastrophic. I mean, seriously, it's been terrible. So let me show you where it's at. Charlotte, Manatee, Pinellas, Collier. These are counties, I think. Um, what I'm getting to is, how do I say this? We don't have time. I've said it before. We do not have time to fiddle around with what's going on in the world. We don't. We do not have time. See, there it is right there. Red Tide Weather Service. And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And they had a segment on Jimmy Dore about it. And basically, he's saying, and what he's obviously brought to light, is that when the mainstream media told us about it, they didn't say why. Well, how did that happen? Well, Scott, the fucking governor of that place, is an asshole. He's lifted lots of rules. Everything's been deregulated. And that's the Republican way. That is the Republican way. I don't care how you look at it. It's even some of the Democrats haven't stopped a few bills that have lifted accountability, regulation, oversight on lots of major corporations out there. So this is just getting worse and worse and worse. Okay, Antarctica, the glaciers, the sea levels are rising. It's getting to the point where it's so extremely horrendously bad that we don't have time. I can't stress this any further. We don't have time. We need to make serious changes, get out there as quickly as possible, and whoever can attract the most attention to these issues need to be talking about it. I'm not just talking about climate change. I'm not just talking about pollution. I'm talking about single payer. I'm talking about full, comprehensive, universal health care without a copay. I'm talking about minimum wage still like at $8.75 and some fuck. How can somebody live off $8.75 an hour? That's insanity. I it's just getting worse and worse. And why I'm saying it's up to you that you can make the difference is you've got to change your direction. You have to take absolute and total risk in a new direction. Because the Democrats, or I call the Dumbocrats, and the Republicans are still doing the same thing. They haven't changed their fucking tune in a long fucking time. A long time. I mean, forever. They haven't changed what they've been doing to people and how they've not been doing anything for us for a long time. They, the legislators, the judiciaries, and the executives, those are the Democrats, those are the Republicans. You've got to wedge in a third party to at least see what happens. Get some, there's 45 uh, uh, Greens that are going to go for a House seat or a Senate seat. Let's try to get these people in. I always want to make sure I talk about people like Rodolfo Cortez Baragas, or Baragas Cortez. Great kid, very brilliant, wants some great stuff, a little strange on this Brazil guy, but his intentions are pure. He wants to help you. Kenneth Mejia wants to help you. Laura Wells wants to help you. Constance Calloway, I forgot her name, and so many others out there. Watch what happens if you vote in a Green. Watch climate change become believable, which it is. It's the truth. Watch all of a sudden that people start talking about universal single payer, full comprehensive without a copay healthcare. Watch all of a sudden you start seeing people talk about infrastructure spending. All of a sudden you start seeing people talk about free community college or free college. All of a sudden you'll start to see these things for the 99% or so many people out there that are a car crash or a major medical bill from being completely and absolutely poorer than shit, or just not being able to feed their families and take care of themselves. We can't, in the richest country, the United States, for this to even happen is fucking ridiculous. That shouldn't have, and it's still happening. You, as a voter, must and have to vote Green. If Greens have ballot access, I think in 26, 27 states, you must vote Green. You must not vote Democratic anymore. You must not vote Republican anymore because they're doing nothing. All they're doing is constantly feeding the corporations big coal, big oil, big insurance, the military industrial complex. Billions and billions of dollars for wars that somehow pop up all the time. Terrorists is like the word they use to get you scared. And they fucking use it against you all the time. Let's not go into all that, but the mainstream media is owned by fucking 6 corporations. It used to be owned by over 50 in the 70s. Now 6 corporations, and they're owned by they're owned by their advertisers. Who are their advertisers? Lockheed Martin, Shell, Exxon. You get it? You're not in control of what's happening. These people are manipulating the shit out of you guys for forever. You don't have time. You've got to vote Green. You have to vote Green. You have to get on the Green Party and see what happens. Watch things change. Get one Green in the House. One. Watch what happens. Watch all of a sudden they start talking about um, Citizens United going away, campaign finance reform, McCutcheon versus the FEC. Watch them start talking about uh, uh, no more Flint, Michigan situations, cleaner water, rent control, housing control, price controls. It's ludicrous that in the state of California, to live in a 1 bedroom, you have to pay anywhere from 13 to over $2,000 to have a 1 bedroom apartment. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who do that. I do have friends that I know can do that. but I know a lot of people that can't. You know, watch. If you continue to do what you're doing, you're going to get the same results. Bottom line, right? And it all comes back to how you take care of your village. It's how you take care of yourself. It's how you vote. It's who you watch and what you absorb. You have to chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check your references. Call the source. Email them. A lot of people will email you back. I emailed an astronaut and I talked to him on the phone because of his writing about, I don't have his name, I'll pull it up sometime, about, he had an article in regards to the water level rising, that it wasn't that bad, but they took his information, well, Fox did, out of context. They fully did. Fox took that totally out of context, and they made it their own. This happens constantly, that the mainstream media will take whatever bits of information they can and they'll make it their own to be subservient or to be slaves to the masters of the corporations that are out there. It's the bottom line. And for all you people that have been voting Democrat and that are voting Republican, it's not your fault. Billions and billions of dollars are pushed and shoved to these marketing firms to control you, to put out the narratives and the talking points, and throw in these slants of words, and the wordplay is amazing. It's a diabolical game. The marketing strategies are amazing, and they're manipulating you constantly. You have to break out of it. You have to break out of it. You've got to vote green. If you continue to vote Democrat or Republican, you're going to see this country be sold off to the highest bidder. It's already happening. It's already happening. One way or another, you're not controlled. You're losing control of this government. The NDAA is bad. If Congress or the president thinks that you're a national threat, you don't get not per diem. You don't get your right to a fair trial. You don't. Your rights are stripped if they decide that. It could be anybody. It could be you. It could be me. This is a tyrannical fascist system that's starting to happen in this country, and it's getting bad. You have to realize that too. You need to get Greens in office. You have to put a wedge between this two-party oligarchy, and then you can start talking about full, comprehensive, universal health care, because it's not going to happen with them. They've had the ability to give people health care, to save lives, to have better soil, to keep Monsanto out and their poison off of the planet. They've had their ability to do it for 20, 30, 40 years, but they're not doing it, and they're not going to, because their pockets are being filled constantly by these companies, constantly by these corporations, by these elite. There's a handful of fucking people that control the majority of the wealth on the planet. What does that say? That also means that they control the majority of the decisions, the laws, and what's happening in the world. Because you're losing your power, citizen. You're losing your power, registered voter. You are. You have to get Greens in. That's the only way that's going to happen. No, libertarians, they're a fucking Ayn Rand, step to the left to fucking to Republicans, to being a Republican. Justice Democrats, it's the same thing. They're getting co-opted already. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, super corporate, super co-opted. She proved her fucking true colors right off the bat. If you don't vote green, you're going to have the same results. There are going to be more people in the hospitals. There are going to be more wars. Iran, Syria. I mean, just they fucking pick them and make them. They orchestrate them. You see the meetings. I mean, we were pals with Osama bin Laden at one time. right? And then all of a sudden now he's the enemy. We were pals with most of the people we fucking killed. I don't know how to say this, but stop being fooled. Stop being fooled. Think about that. Stop being fooled. I want to stop being fooled. I want to stop being tricked. I want to stop being, blinded. I want to know the truth. I want the real facts. On Cuomo, I was just flipping through stupid cable the other day, and I watched Cuomo with some idiot dumbocrat on there, legislator, and he asked him, "So what if uh, the Russia thing turns out to be just nothing, and you have nothing, and you've spent 3 years now on this, and nothing comes up, and it's done." So the respondent said, "Well, we're just going to take a look at all the facts." And I said, "It's bullshit. They're distractions to keep you from thinking. The ping pong game that goes on in front of you is got to go. Somebody needs to come in, grab that fucking ping pong ball and crush it. Go, you know what? Fuck you guys. We're sick of this little game you're playing. It's time for a new party. Look at the pillars. Look at the 10 key values of your state. Some of them aren't the same, but they're very similar. Okay, we're trying to unify that now. I think that has to be unified. The message needs to be the same across the board. I mean, if you're not doing that, then you're just fucking stupid. But in regards to Greens that are already out there, welcome them in. If some Democrat comes on and starts giving you shit and doesn't like what you're talking about, ask them why. What is it about us that you don't like? You're vote stealers. No, that's not the case. That's never been the case. Never. And actually, it's your fault because you won't open up ballot access in your state. If you were to open up ballot access in your state, then that wouldn't be an issue. There's so many reasons why that's just baloney. But what needs to happen is the Green Party, if you look at their 10 key values, you look at their 4 pillars, and if you look at how what they're trying to do, they want to work for you. They want to be transparent. They want their meetings with their parties to be transparent so you can watch them. What are they voting about? What are they going to bring to the table? What are they going to present to Congress? They want to bring that to you guys. They don't want to just show you how you're going to get fucked on C-SPAN. They want to show you what they're about to present before it gets to C-SPAN. So you can have a say in it before it even becomes a bill before it comes up for a vote. The only thing you see in C-SPAN is shit that's already coming. It's already there. The Green Party wants to be transparent about that and let you know what's going on beforehand. So you can say, oh, wait, we don't want to do that. We're citizens, we're registered voters for the Green Party. We don't want to do that. Let's rethink this and let's pull back on it. But that doesn't happen with these two parties. They do whatever the fuck they want to do, when they want to do it, and they don't do it for you. They do it for the corporate elite, and they do it for their masters, which are the fucking rich and powerful. Period. A lot that has to do with that, nobody talks about it, is Citizens United and McCutcheon versus the FEC. You have a difference. You can make a difference. Let people in. I don't care if they're from whatever party they're at. Just let them come in and learn about us. But be kind. Be tolerant. Let them let them vent. They're just as pissed off as you are. And even more so. But and there's many of you out there that, you stupid Democrats and stupid Republicans and stupid Libertarians and stupid whatever, fucking take your pick. There's over 200 different fucking political parties in the United States. No. There's one political party that's actually has some people that get what I'm talking about. That it is really time to start to put together a welcoming package. a welcoming package for them, which I always say it's fine. Let them come out. You know, they can throw all the punches they want. They can, you know, it's just frustration. They're just as ticked off and they're just as upset as you are that nothing's getting done. Because ask any Democrat, where's your universal single payer full comprehensive health care? Where's that? Because you've been wanting that for a long time, right? Where's it? Nowhere. Put a Green in office, they'll start talking about it. And it'll fucking start happening. Okay? Where's less wars? Where's the time where we start to tactfully start mending relations with the 35 to 40 fucking victimized nations that we've destroyed over the the majority of us being a fucking country for 240 plus years? Where's that? Where's that? Hey, we had some fucking assholes in office for a long ass time. All they cared about is money, profit, because war is a racket. Smiley Butler, look it up. That's not going to happen anymore. We can't let it happen. You've got to vote green. You've got to go green. You've got to vote green. Watch what happens when that happens. You take Citizens United and McCutcheon versus the FEC out. If you take money out of politics, watch all the people disappear. Watch. Watch what happens to all the fucking Dianne Feinsteins and all the fucking Nancy Pelosi's. Okay, and all the Chuck Schumers and fucking all of the Republicans, or at least most of them, and a good majority of Democrats, because there's no more money in the game anymore. $174,000 a year isn't enough, and they'll fucking leave. You don't think these people are getting money under the table in Cayman Islands and South Africa and Swiss bank account? You don't think money's flying around out there somewhere? Fuck yeah, it is. And they're getting it, and they're hiding it. It's they're stacking money in places you'll never find, because it's transactions, it's ones and zeros, it's just going out there. You get the Green Party involved, we'll start being transparent. Where's the money being spent? What do we want to present? What does the 99% of the people want in this country? Okay? They want a higher wage. They want to be able to take care of their families. They want less war. They don't want to see killing anymore. They want us to mend relations. They want to see fucking universal health care for everybody. That's full comprehensive medical, dental, vision. They want to see infrastructure. They want to see faster roads. They want to see solar. They want to be able to fucking let rainwater be gathered at their house so they can drink it. In some states they can't. Maybe that's a little libertarianist, but you know what? That's what the Green Party wants. They want you to be free with that too. Okay? Once you start fixing people, the village, you know, in a large scale, on a federal level, things change. People get better. People help each other. I mean, I still talk to people. I know they're Republicans. I know they're Democrats. And I'll see them and I'll talk to them at the store. And they're nice people. I'm just talking to them. They're courteous. They're kind. It's the fucking legislators, judiciaries, and executives out there that are all a bunch of greedy fucking bastards. Because $250,000 freaking dollars a year as a president isn't enough. Right? You've got to, after you're done, you've got to go fucking lobby for oil and coal and Monsanto and all this other shit. As soon as you're done as a legislator or in the House or Senate, you've got to go be a fucking lobbyist, because it's just not enough. You've got to get the Greens in. If you want to see the decline and the selling of this country go faster and faster, and the pollution and the lakes and the rivers and the roads and nuclear and coal and oil and pollution and everything, and red tides and less rights and more fascism, higher, stricter NDAA, and people and reporters being thrown in jail or being exiled, like Julian Assange, who's just been honest. None of his information has ever been retracted, ever. Whereas the big six, or these corporations I talked about for the communications networks, have retracted hundreds of thousands of topics that they've apologized for, that they've retracted. Oh, sorry, that was wrong. but we got you to vote in the direction we wanted you to, right? I'm going to tell you right now, there's only one party out there that you can count on that's going to be transparent, going to take care of you, going to do what they can. They're going to be fair to businesses. We don't want big business to go, no, right? But we don't want the abuse of big business upon smaller businesses or other people. That's just not right. Or, I'm not saying I'm not saying if the Greens go into office, Walmart's going to disappear, because I would love it if fucking Walmart disappeared. I would love it if there was a little store around every corner that had groceries. I mean, we used to have grocery stores everywhere. We had Lucky's, we had Thrifties, we had Safeways, we had this, we had Kroger's. They're just closing up left and right because now Walmart has cornered that market too. They've monopolized, and they're continuing to monopolize. Lowe's is barely staying in business with Home Depot around. Ace Hardware, I don't even know how they fucking stay in business. But when you just have one selection out there, they treat you and do whatever they want to you. Honestly, you're just screwed. Oh man, I'm so tired. I can't believe I'm fucking doing a show tonight. Ugh. Doing odd jobs to stay alive. Let me put it to you this way, and I don't know if anybody's watching oh, there's one person watching. Who the hell is watching? You've got to do what you can now, and the only thing that you can do is you've got to go green. You've got to stop thinking that the Republicans and the Democrats are going to help you or do anything for you, because they're not. Donald Trump isn't fucking helping you at all. H.A. Goodman. God, what the fuck happened to you, dude? That's really sad. And you can't think that anybody in the two-party oligarchy is going to help you or save you or do anything for you, because they're not. They're not. They don't give a shit. Both of them do not care. Well, you have Green Party. That's what I'm trying to convey tonight. You've got to understand that if you want to see clean rivers in the future, if you want to see people better taken care of, if you want to see less wars, if you want to see the truth, if you want to know what's going on, and you want exposure, if you want to know if there's a real Area 51, and if there were actual aliens that came out in Roswell, vote fucking green, because we want to know, and we're going to present it to everybody. If you want to know if fucking 9/11 was an inside job, vote green, because we want to fucking tell everybody if that's the truth. We want to know. We're going to expose everything we can and divulge all that information out to the voter. We deserve the truth, and the Green Party is going to bring that. There is no co-opting with us. If there is, they're gone. If there is, they're gone. Okay? We have to be forthright. We have to be above their level, which is below the gutter. So if you're a Green Party person, if you want to be a Green Party person, welcome back in, stay in, keep coming in. If you have any questions about what we do, what we're about, you can go on California Greens, or just go to the greenparty.gp.org, Green Party of the United States, and just see what we're about, and get with your local state, and they'll tell you what we're about, and just ask them questions. I mean, be vicious, be hard, be tough. Find out what's going on with us, because we're real people. We really want to help. We want to help everybody. We want you to keep your rights. We want you to be free. We're not heavy duty on guns. We understand that, if you can take care of people, why would you need a gun or use a gun if you have a clean city, people that are fed and taken care of, and there's less crime because of that, and people have health care, they can get their medications when they need, or if they need counseling or whatever, and everybody can go to college now, so they can have better jobs. I mean, what would you need a gun for? For hunting, which I like to do. You know what I like to do? I love to go. I used to go hunting. That was fine. You know, when I was a kid, we ate our food. You know, when I was a kid, but I haven't done that in a long time. There's nothing wrong, you know, or shooting or practice shooting, whatever. Go do your thing. You know, it's not even in our minds. There's other things that can help the overall feeling or attitude or uh, the soul of the country needs to be amended. It needs to be repaired, you know, by amendments. So I'm going to say this before I leave. If you want the same results that you've had for the past, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years, more wars, uh, terrible living wages, people living in the streets, people coming up to you begging for money all the time, tents, you know, cities of tents here, and people, you know, just can't live, and just homelessness out of control. And I mean, if you like seeing that, keep going Republican and Democrat. You know, stay in that little fucking ping pong match and keep watching it. But if you don't, grab that fucking ping pong ball and crush and go, I don't want it anymore. I'm going to give the Green Party a try. Let's give them a shot. Get them in the House, get them in the Senate, maybe make them POTUS, see what happens. They're not bad people. They're good people. Some of them, you know, a little harsh. But I think the reason for that is they just don't get the Ohana or the Aloha part, which I do. Hopefully they will. Anyway, thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for listening. I'm going to send this out through the airways. I'm just saying, you've got to go green to stop all this. It's really time. I could not be more convinced. I've been a Republican. I've been a Democrat. Okay? They've done nothing for me. I'm still, a lot of people are still in the same place they've been. It's been tough. You give people a higher wage, you got more people building garage doors, you got more people getting houses, you got more people buying cars. I mean, look at the example in Seattle. They're over $15 now, and their fucking economy is kicking ass. Plus marijuana. Finally, marijuana is being taxed. It's being used. We have dispensaries. The state is starting to make money. Colorado is making a killing off marijuana. And it's not just about getting high. It's about people that need it for their owies, because they're injured, because they have medical disabilities, because it hurts, because they have pain. You can also use hemp for disposable cups or disposable hardware, or to replace plastic, which is fucking destroying our planet. You got to change. If you don't do it now, if you don't start thinking about the Green Party or a new direction with this party, you're going to get the same results. It's just going to continue to be in the same way. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying to present this message to everybody. It's up to you to decide. Just look at it. Just go into the Green Party website and see what they're about. Okay, and then go to your own website, you know, Democrat and Republican, see what they've really done for you, how they've helped you. If your life is really great, I want you to step back and look around. Where am I at? How am I doing? Do I have a college education? Could I use a free college education? You know? And the list goes on that your government should be helping you with. And the Green Party wants to present that to you. And they want to do it transparent, in a very transparent way. We want to be held accountable. We want monitors on us. We want people to watch what we're doing, how we're doing it. Because we're working for you. $174,000 a month, and guess who my boss is if I become a House of Representative, uh, a rep in the House of Representatives. I work for you. I work for my district. So whatever you guys want, I'm going to do for you. Okay? But I'm also going to think about the big picture for everybody, because it makes a difference. How does it affect us in the future? Right? It's really simple, like I say. It is really about you. You know? What you do makes a fucking big difference. Anyway, aloha everybody. Thank you for coming on. I don't think I had anybody. I've been on so long. I think people forgot about me. But I don't care. I'm still going to get my message out there. I don't know if I'm being televised properly. And my stream isn't doing very well. But thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for listening. Again, look into being green. look into being green. It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. We're a great group of people. Um, yeah, we're not perfect, but we're doing our best. And we're okay to say that. And we're okay. We learn. We love to learn. All right, aloha. Let's just do a song and we'll leave. Aloha, everybody. Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Manatawk. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk. We'll make sure our entities are transparent, hold ourselves accountable, be responsible